Hello and welcome to Planetside 2. The launch is finally upon us. I was thinking of doing some videos already of this game in the open beta, but I was distracted and busy doing other things. So I figured I might just as well wait for the launch, and here we finally are. So firstly, let's go through some of the empire selection. This is really a personal thing, which empire you wanna choose for. Because if you've been playing original Planetside, you probably know exactly what you're going for. I personally do. But if you are new to the game, understand it's mostly cosmetics, or whichever faction you happen to like. They are pretty balanced. There is no big, go this faction if you wanna be able to do that thing. Looks-wise and, well, you can decide for yourself which you will like the look of and the little bit of a fluff text here, lore piece. Also, if we take a quick talk about the weapons and vehicles for each faction, note that this is generalization and not 100% like they are the best in this regard. Basically, Terran Republic are the guys who want to put the most bullets down the range the fastest. Think guns with larger magazine capacity and larger rate of fire, but a little less damage as compared to, for example, New Conglomerate, who are the guys with the biggest punch to their guns. Basically, they have the biggest stopping power to their guns, whereas the Vanu Sovereignties, infantry weapons and such tend to, they don't have bullet drop to their guns, but they simply deal less damage over distance, and you are firing basically beam weaponry in a sense. So if you are into this old technology thing, then Vanu is your way to go. And vehicle wise, Vanu Sovereignty do not have tracks, wheels or any of the sort. Their stuff, well, they do have wheels for a Flash, but still for their actual tanks, faction based vehicles, their tanks hover in the air. Well, slightly in the air, they cannot actually fly. New Conglomerate tanks are the most heavily armored pieces of things on the battlefield, and Terran Republic is basically speedy stuff. So let's move on to the character creation. Well, after choosing your faction, it asks you which server you want to play on, and then you are thrown into this character creation, which is, well, I mean, come on. You get to choose kind of a nationality, I guess, and a face, and whether you want to be a male or a female. The difference between the female and the male? Not really much, especially when you compare the fact that everyone is gonna be running full head covering helmets. Telling a female from a male is not going to be easy on the battlefield, and that's how it should be. So personally, I do not mind this in the slightest. So, choice yours. Not too many choices, thankfully, in an essence. Okay, let's move on. Right, so once you have created your character, the game drops you instantly into an form of action somewhere on the planet where there is fighting going on. You are assigned into a squad. Since then, I have killed someone, I have died, so forth, and decided to spawn at the actual HQ, which is the indoor warp gate for the Terran Republic. Note that there is friendly fire in this game, so do not randomly shoot in the direction of allies. And also keep them in mind in the future when you are trying to do some proper fighting and stuff. So I'm just hanging around here, showing off that there is a access point where you can access your equipment, vehicles and such. Another thing to note, when you spawn a vehicle, especially if it's a ground vehicle, especially if it's one of those ground vehicles which has slots for more than one person, please, and I mean please, do not be one of those guys who just drives off. Always stop, look around, see if anyone wants to get into your vehicle, because you are not in this fight alone, my friend. So always get a friendly in. I mean, it will help you out to have someone in your turret or whatever while you are driving around to your destination. It will help you and it will help your teammates over time. Also, while you are an infantry and running around the base, make note that, well, people can drive over you in their vehicles, so always look before you run. With these air vehicles, it can be a little difficult to try and pick up passengers. It depends a little what vehicle you are been spawning and whatnot. Oh, there's a galaxy waiting for me. Anyways, keep in mind that you want to get your friends, your squad mates, your faction mates into the fight with you, because going all lone operator in this game does not really work all that well. And finally, always remember that there are multiple classes. Swap between them as needed. If you have no combat medic around, it might be very prudent to play one yourself. As for certifications and implants, those are basically your choices. Personally, I suggest if you are brand new to the game, do not spend any certifications as soon as you could basically get anything. Wait to decide which class you want to unlock as your main class. Be that light assault, combat medic and engineer, whatever is your choice. Your playstyle comes into question there. But basically test everything out, find out what is fitting for your playstyle and then start unlocking that. Because spreading your certifications over 3-4 different classes instead of having them all into the one you decide that this is actually what I wanna play might not be such a good idea to have them spread all over the place if you end up just playing combat medic 99% of the time in the end after playing for a day or two and figuring out that this is actually what I wanna do. So this is basics covered pretty much. Get a ride, get into the action, start helping your faction out. I'll let you figure out the best ways to get to the action and whatnot. There will be more videos coming which show some of that stuff where I talk about more random things and do some proper fighting as well. Thank you very much for watching.